The medicine of a good time. I have a confession. When people hear that I'm a transition doula or that I'm deeply interested in plant medicine and spiritual transformation, they sometimes get a certain look on their face, a reverent, slightly serious look, like they're about to enter a sacred space and need to remember to whisper. And don't get me wrong, that space is real. I've sat with people in their darkest moments. I've held space for grief, for dissolution, for the kind of crying that comes from somewhere you didn't know existed. That work is holy, and I don't take it lightly. But here's what I also know. Laughter is medicine. Absurdity is medicine. Two friends cackling in an Uber at midnight is medicine. Getting pepper sprayed at a bar and surviving to tell the story, also, somehow, medicine. My dear friend Mage and I have been through a lot together in the past year. Costa Rica, a medical emergency that left her stranded in the jungle while I got rushed to the hospital. A Halloween night that neither of us will forget. Multiple life-altering relationship shifts that seemed to happen specifically when we were in the same room together. And through all of it, the profound and the ridiculous in equal measure, we have laughed a lot. There's something that happens when two people come together who are both doing the work and also refuse to take themselves too seriously. The alchemy is different. It's lighter. It moves faster. It sneaks up on you in the middle of a story about a sloth or a propeller plane with a barefoot pilot, and suddenly you realize something has shifted that no amount of journaling could have moved. Not every healing moment announces itself. Sometimes it arrives dressed as a really good story. This is something I think gets lost in the wellness space sometimes, the idea that healing has to be hard to count, that if you weren't sobbing or excavating or sitting in ceremony, you weren't doing the real work. I gently push back on that. Some of the most transformative moments of my life have happened mid-laugh, in the middle of a ridiculous situation I never planned for, in the presence of someone who loves me enough to be completely unimpressive with me, muddy, sunburned, a little bit chaotic, entirely myself. That is a container too. That is sacred too. A note on the work I do. When people come to me for transition doula support or plant medicine facilitation, they often arrive braced for intensity. And sometimes it is intense. Sometimes we go to the deep, dark, necessary places together. But just as often, what someone needs is a space that is warm and a little irreverent, a guide who isn't going to make the process more serious than it needs to be, someone who can hold the weight of a real transition and also remind you that you're allowed to laugh your way through parts of it. If you're in the middle of something, a relationship ending, a career shift, a version of yourself you're ready to release, and you're not sure what kind of support you need, that's okay. That's actually where we start. Send me a message or reach out here and we'll figure it out together. Mage and I sat down this week to record what I'm already calling one of my favorite episodes. We talked about love, divine partnership, new relationship energy, and the way travel can strip you down to who you actually are. But we also just talked, like two friends who've been through the ringer together and come out the other side with better stories and a deeper understanding of what matters. It drops Wednesday, and I think you're going to love it. And if it makes you laugh at least once, good. That was the point. An invocation of Tlazolteotl. Before we go, I want to call in a goddess who feels very present in this conversation. Tlazolteotl is an Aztec goddess whose name is often translated as eater of filth, which sounds alarming until you understand what she actually does. She consumes what is impure. She digests the shadow, the shame, the accumulated weight of everything we've been carrying. And in doing so, she doesn't destroy it. She transforms it into something fertile, something that can grow. But Tlazolteotl is the goddess of sensuality, of passion, of the messy, embodied, wildly human experience of being alive and in love and figuring it out as you go. She is not a solemn goddess. She is a vital one. I think she would have had a great time in Costa Rica. May Tlazolteotl consume what you're ready to release. May she turn your mess into medicine, and may she remind you that your humanness, all of it, even the parts you're not proud of, is not an obstacle to your becoming. It is the material. If this landed for you, this newsletter and podcast are a labor of love, and I believe in reciprocal energy. If you've been reading or listening for a while and feel called to give something back, there are two ways to do that. You can become a paid subscriber on Substack or Patreon and support this work on an ongoing basis. It keeps the essays coming, the episodes honest, and this little community alive and growing. Or if you'd like to make a one-time offering, you can buy me a cacao at the link below. Fitting, I think, given everything. Either way, thank you for being here. Thank you for reading and listening. This wouldn't be anything without you.